Tonight on the South Today, Forsyth Bar Stadium CEO is excited after announcing the first big rock show in recent years. Work's progressing well on the construction of Mosgill's new pool, with roofing being put in place. And home renovators rubbed shoulders with the gadget conscious at Christchurch's annual Home and Leisure Show. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Hannah Wilkins. 3 years of silence at Forsyth Bar Stadium will be shattered early next year. And interest is building from around the country after the revelation that rock band the Red Hot Chili Peppers will play live in Dunedin next January.
It's an announcement that's caused a real buzz in the community. Thousands of music fans across Aotearoa are already keen to make the trip to Dunedin early next year to catch American stadium rockers, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, at Forsyth Bar Stadium.
Oh look, it's really exciting. We've been talking about this show for some time with the promoter. Nice to finally be able to announce to the market. We've felt like we've poor cousins after Auckland and Wellington have been announcing shows, but great to see start of 23 kicking off with such a world-class act coming to Dunedin.
Up to 34,000 fans are expected to attend the January 2023 show in Dunedin, with Auckland the band's only other New Zealand stop. And Terry Davies teases that this announcement could be the first of many to come over the next few months, as things slowly return to normal.
Oh look, it's going to be they're one of the best performing bands in the world, so it just kicks our 23 off pretty positively, and I'm fairly bullish on the entire calendar year next year. The sorts of conversations we're having with all of our content providers, certainly the promoters out of Australia, is really positive. So I'm hoping we'll be announcing quite a number of concerts over the next 4, 5, 6 months.
The 6-time Grammy Award-winning Red Hot Chili Peppers formed in 1983 and were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2012. Their support act for this tour will be genre-bending rapper Post Malone. Davies believes the combined show could inject around $10 million into Dunedin's summer economy. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Many people across central Otago were woken up in the early hours of the morning to tremors and rattles as an earthquake struck 60 kilometres northeast of Milford Sound. The quake hit about 3:30 a.m. GeoNet listed it as a magnitude 5.5 on the Richter scale, with the quake about 5 kilometres deep. More than 1,000 people reported feeling the quake through the GeoNet app or website. It was felt from Queenstown across to Dunedin. Some described the shakes as strong, while most just felt light judders. A second quake was recorded in the same location about 50 minutes later, but it was so small, GeoNet described it as unnoticeable. Work on a new public swimming pool for Mosgill is continuing at pace. This week we'll see roof panels being fitted, with the facility on track to be open by the middle of next year.
Construction of Mosgill's new public swimming pool has reached a major milestone, with the 10-metre-long roof panels now being craned into place. Site manager Scott Milne says he's happy with progress so far.
By the end of next week all the roof should be on, except for the admin area, which we're just starting to put steel and frame up now. We've got block work, hopefully will be done by the end of next week as well, so then we can start closing it in and get everything finished.
Budgeted to cost about $21 million, the aquatic facility is due to open in May next year. But before then there's a large amount of work, such as creating the pool and fitting of water pipes, that will happen away from the public eye.
Probably getting to the stage when the walls go on, and then it will sort of look, it won't look like nothing's happening for a bit, because there'll be a lot of work done on inside. But yeah, we've got the pool started. The
facility is set to include a representation of a taniwha, with precast vertical panels featuring triangles to depict a taniwha's teeth. In Mosgill, the South Today.
A family-run honey stall is offering a sweetener in exchange for information about the identity of a sticky-fingered suspect. A mystery woman brought a bad buzz to an honesty box in Ettrick, stealing a large quantity of honey around dinner time on Sunday night. The heist happened at exactly 6:11 p.m, with the theft from the honesty box on Roxburgh Ettrick Road captured on video by a security camera. Co-owner of Wright's Honey, Tracy Pringle, says about $200 worth of honey was stolen from the stall. The home business posted a video clip from the security camera on social media, which has already been viewed more than 55,000 times. The alleged sticky-fingered person makes 2 trips to the stall, making off with armfuls of product. Rights Honey's offering a sweet reward for useful information in relation to the theft. Thousands of Cantabrians made good use of the fine weekend to visit the 23rd annual Star Home and Leisure Show. The popular 3-day Home and Leisure Show was showcasing the latest in products, gadgets and services.
There were plenty of bargains to be found at the Star Home and Leisure Show over the weekend. Business owners and experts were also on hand, giving advice about a myriad of home and leisure products and services. More than 100 exhibitors packed into the Christchurch arena in Addington to showcase their products, covering everything from camper vans to cooking, along with spas, gardening tools and building equipment. Event manager Lisa Lynch says there was a great vibe at the show.
Lots of attendees came through the door. There's heaps for them to see, things to do, inspirational ideas. Yeah, it was just a great weekend.
Crowds were attracted by the draw of major prizes, with time also to enjoy free seminars and tastings. And Otago gets its turn later this year, with the Dunedin Home and Leisure Show returning to Forsyth Bar Stadium over the first weekend in November.
It will be very similar to the model that we have in Christchurch, so it will be home and leisure, so all your home building needs, renovation, we'll have food, we'll have leisure, yeah, everything you need really under one roof over 2 days.
She believes the covered stadium pitch in Dunedin makes a great venue to showcase the best home and leisure products Otago has to offer. In Christchurch, the South Today.
Whai Yakane, still to come on the South Today. Thousands turn out in Rotorua to catch a colourful and interactive light and sound show. And an Ashburton preschool is moving up in the world after 40 years of nurturing rangatahi.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life. Tuesdays, 7:30.
Living Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
Hi, my name's Matt and I'm the Dines Group CEO. Dines is a company that's focused on selling logistics solutions to its customers. We're passionate about selling efficiency and we've been selling efficiency for over 50 years now.
Get into bed with John. My mate John wants you to get into bed this weekend. He's having a massive bed sale with 20 to 75% off his entire range of beds and mattresses. John and his team of sleep specialists will find your perfect mattress match and get you sleeping soundly at a price you only dreamed. Get into bed with John. 20 to 75% off all beds, plus 18 months interest free.
Where did you get that furniture from? Stafford Street. And my mate John.
Every day the team at Gillian supports grieving families at their time of need. From answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one. We can help. Call Gillian's today.
Otago.
Age Concern Otago hosts a multitude of social activities, including Little Walks.
Drop when you.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. Thousands turned out for the second Rangiora Light and Sound Show held over the weekend at Victoria Park in Rangiora. Children of all ages marvelled at the colourful and interactive displays on offer.
Lights, sound and action. Thousands came out on a cold weekend night to marvel at the second Rangiora Light and Sound Show, 2 years after the initial festival.
It's just been a great occasion just to get the family out of the house and meet with everyone else in the community as well. It's been a really good turnout and a really good setup as well.
The Light Festival was originally scheduled to be held last September, but COVID-19 restrictions forced the event to be postponed twice. A live band helped entertain the crowd, while children and their parents tried their hands at sound-reactive displays and interactive light installations. There was also a mini foam party with Nemo and friends, and a collection of large animal, mushroom and spaceman lanterns on show. Event manager Sarah Broughton says the community welcomed the return of the event, with the turnout exceeding expectations.
It's been fantastic. We are just so rapt with the numbers that have come through. We're really excited to be able to bring another large-scale event back to Rangiora after a couple of years, so we're really happy.
A spectacular floral light tunnel proved a popular photo opportunity, with more than 10,000 people enjoying the festival over the weekend. In Rangiora, the South Today.
Central Otago women working in the trades or moving into the industry now have a support group to fall back on. Constructing Community was started in Alexandra recently by final year building apprentice Bree Cook.
A chance for Central Otago women in the trades to connect and encourage others to get involved in the industry. Final year Alexandra building apprentice Bree Cook has launched a new initiative called Constructing Community. She believes it fills a need for women starting off in jobs such as construction and plumbing.
Ever since I started building, I felt quite alone as a woman, and I didn't know any other tradie ladies. So I've always thought, it'd be great to have a workshop and get some girls together and get them involved. So I went ahead and made a little group for everyone to come and support each other and talk about their work and their struggles and learn a bit about tools, so get some new girls into the trades.
She admits she initially encountered resistance from prospective employers around giving her a job, but believes those attitudes are now changing.
Anyone can do it. If you enjoy the work, you're going to thrive. It's not a boy or girl thing, it's a job and everyone's capable of doing it.
Cook organised 6 evening talks given by women already established in the trade. Also on hand was advice on building a toolbox and gaining practical experience with the tools.
We've been working on a toolbox, so that's their practical skills, learning how to use tools, basic tool use, safety, everything you need to sort of get a bit of confidence behind you.
To celebrate the completion of their 6 evening sessions, the group met up for brunch recently, with plans for monthly meetups in the future to stay connected. In Alexandra, the South Today.
In a few years' time, pupils from East Gore School are hoping to be able to pick fresh fruit from trees in their neighbourhood. 16 trees were recently planted in 2 parks near East Gore School. School pupils and their families took part in the planting project alongside members of Active Southland and the Gore District Council. 12 plum trees were planted in the Hamilton Street playground, while Fijawa and apple trees were planted over the road at the Oxford Street playground. The council asked the Gore community which trees they wanted to see planted. The event was coordinated by the council's Parks and Recreation Manager Keith McRobbie, who's hoping the trees will bear fruit in a few years' time. An almost 40-year-old preschool in Ashburton is moving into new premises. Staff say the new facility will help provide young children with a stimulating environment in which they can learn valuable life skills.
After 18 months of waiting, Phoenix Preschool opened its new premises in Ashburton recently. The new facility boasts a purpose-built kitchen and washroom, as well as a space for children with limited mobility. Outdoors there are gentle hills, playgrounds, sand pits, a mini marae and a vegetable garden. Assistant Manager Gail Smith-Bush says the community has been very helpful, with pupils from the Ashburton College tackling tasks such as setting up the garden sheds.
We've had lots of support from the college, we've been very successful with grants, we've had so many parents coming and helping with working bees, our board's been so committed.
The preschool's been operating for nearly 40 years, and Smith-Bush says they're very fortunate with how the new facilities provide a stimulating and safe learning environment for the youngsters.
We have so many opportunities here to meet all the children's developmental needs, which is really amazing. We can extend on them, there's so much space for them to move and grow and extend their learning, and we're just so lucky to be in this position.
The new Phoenix Preschool is located on the corner of Belt and Middle Roads. In Ashburton, the South Today.
Whai Akane. After the break on the South Today, the All Blacks are settling into Dunedin ahead of this weekend's Irish clash, but COVID strikes again, and we'll take a look at the weather.
Every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Being a big softie takes training. I've gone to great lengths to be super soft while still being strong and reliable. So I'm soft on you and soft on the environment.
Cotton Soft, proud sponsor of Bowel Cancer New Zealand.
Get into bed with John. My mate John wants you to get into bed this weekend. He's having a massive bed sale with 20 to 75% off his entire range of beds and mattresses.
And my mate John.
Shall I make some scones?
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
No mai hoki mai, welcome back. The All Blacks are settling into Dunedin for the week ahead of their test against Ireland at the weekend. But the squad's been hit by another case of COVID-19 in the camp, with Locke Tupuvai in isolation after testing positive. And with the clock already ticking, the All Blacks are turning to local talent to make up the numbers.
Last minute All Blacks call up for two Highlander forwards. Māori All Blacks lock Josh Dixon and blindside flanker Shannon Frizzell have joined the team as training partners and were with the team today at Logan Park. First five Bowden Barrett says everyone who takes the field this weekend will need to bring their A game.
I'd expect them to bounce back. They've such a proud side and they'll raise their intent again this week because I guess it is do or die. The series is on the line this weekend and we know that they're coming and we also need a rise as well. So
veteran lock Sam Whitelock will miss the test against Ireland at Forsyth Bar Stadium after being diagnosed with delayed onset concussion after the first test. But despite the bad news within the team camp, Barrett says he's in his happy place, but still wary of the Irish spoiling the party this weekend.
We're all excited to be down here and we know how great it is playing in a stadium with a roof. So
the 102 test veteran contributed well to the All Blacks' comprehensive win over Ireland in the opening test at Eden Park. But he knows the team will need to be pedalling in unison to beat the Irish.
Knowing that we're playing down here and obviously there's some missed opportunities out there on the weekend and although it was our first go at it, we'd like to improve a lot.
It's a decade since Barrett made his international debut in a home test against Ireland. The match kicks off at Forsyth Bar Stadium just after 7 p.m. this Saturday. In Dunedin, the South Today.
And if you're still hoping to buy tickets for this Saturday's test, you might need to find a very good friend. Tickets for the Dunedin match have now officially sold out. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. There's excitement as Forsyth Bar Stadium announces its first big rock show in recent years, with the Red Hot Chili Peppers due to play next January. Work's progressing well on the multi-million-dollar construction of Mosgill's new pool. And home renovators rubbed shoulders with the gadget-conscious at Christchurch's annual Star Home and Leisure Show. Dunedin gets its chance in November. And now we'll look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome the editor, Barry Stewart. Kia ora, Barry.
Hello, Hannah.
Now, what can we expect to read in your paper tomorrow?
Well, I'll start from the top.
Okay.
So we hit the streets of South Dunedin today to talk to the locals about the proposed climate change plan and what they thought of that. Generally, the opinion was that there's a recognition of a need to do something, and most are supportive of that. Ticket sales to the All Black test against Ireland, well, that's, as you already mentioned, has sold out, which is great news, but there's also a little issue regarding accommodation. That's at a peak as well. So
really bursting at the seams.
They're looking at places further afield to secure accommodation, and we're hearing Palmerston and even Timaru, which seems extreme. So we have a story on that and just in general roundup of what's happening in the test build-up.
Lovely.
Interesting story, a 4-storey retail development with retail on the bottom and accommodation above is planned for a area in Dunedin which is sorely in need of a freshen up. So details of that in the paper tomorrow.
Okay, yes, we'll look forward to that.
Won't give too much away.
Yeah.
And of course the days when only men fill jobs in the trade industry are gone, and many companies are looking to girl power to fill those roles. So that's a story we have from Invercargill, and lots of construction happening down there, so interesting tale.
Yeah, brilliant. I'll look forward to reading all those stories tomorrow.
Okay,
thanks,
thank you.
Barry. And now for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Looking at the situation, dry weather for the next few days, but cold rainy period is coming from Friday through the weekend. Heading to the top of the South Island first. A fine winter's day for Nelson tomorrow with clear skies and a high of 12 degrees. Greymouth will be fine too with southwesterlies and again 12. And down to Christchurch, it'll be frosty with southerlies and 11 as the high. To our southern towns now. Nice and fine with southwesterlies dropping back through here tomorrow. Expect 8 degrees in the Catlins and Balclutha, while Lumsden and Gore head for 9. Travelling westwards to the Central Lakes area, more southwest winds and clear skies lie ahead through here. Queenstown, Wanaka and Te Anau will be crisp with a high of 8, while Alexandra gets up to 10 degrees. To the northern towns next. Tomorrow's looking fine with the southwesterlies heading right up to the coast through Timaru with 11 and Oamaru getting 10 degrees. And the winds lighten up as we head inland to Twizel and Amarama with highs of 9 or 10 degrees. Down to Dunedin, fine with breezy southwesterlies tonight, dropping down to 5 degrees. Wednesday looks sunny with a spot of clouds and the cool southwesterlies dropping back before a frost and -1 overnight. The high during the day will be 11. Thursday starts clear before the cloud thickens up with nor'easterlies and we get a spot of late rain down to 8 with a high of 10 degrees. And now to Invercargill. Showers and strong cold southwesterlies tonight as it drops down to 6. Tomorrow brings showers, then a clear sunny day and frosts overnight down to 0. The high will be 10. And Thursday looks milder with northerly winds and high cloud, a low of 7 and a high of 12 degrees. And that's the news this Tuesday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. And you can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. Nō reira, kia pai te pō, ka kite anō.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.